With food inflation putting a sting in people's back pockets, why not grow your own at home? Nutritionist and environmental scientist Sophie Scott is here with your guide to growing herbs, fruit and vegetables, no matter how much space you have. Morning, Sophie.
Good morning.
We are gloved up and ready for action.
We're ready.
Getting started is one of the hardest parts, right? So how can we kick off?
Well, growing your own food at home is surprisingly easy.
Okay.
But many people just don't know where to start.
Yeah.
And that's why at Endeavour Short Courses we've launched a new online short course
Great.
to help people in 4 hours become a backyard farmer.
Yes.
How cool is that?
That is brilliant.
Now, there's a few tricks to get started. The first is start small. We're not going to go from 0 to hero, right?
Okay.
Yeah, correct.
So
Not
just
going to have an
choose-
orchard.
Exactly. So just choose a couple of things that you might like to plant, like basil, lettuce, chilies. You know, start easy
Okay.
and go from there.
Alrighty.
I'm going to go with the chilies, actually, yeah, when I start.
He loves
my
a
one,
chilli.
yeah. No, because people always think that you're either born with a green thumb or you're not. I'm kind of one of those. But I'm keen to get into it. But you reckon it's for anyone?
Absolutely. Everyone graduates with a green thumb. It's
Right.
super easy. So you don't need to be an expert to get started. Look, we're all going to kill a few plants along the way, and that's totally fine, you know. That's how we learn. We're not born with a green thumb. We can absolutely learn it. So
Okay, so a lot of
go.
people start with herbs and tomatoes because, as you say, basil's really easy. And you can even do that in an apartment, but it doesn't take too much time to do some other things either, does it?
It doesn't take a lot of time. You know, herbs are a really good place to start because they're easy.
All right.
You can't really kill them.
So what have we got in here?
Okay, so here we've got some organic potting mix. So it's got some fertiliser in it already, which is great.
Yes.
Because plants only need 3 things. A lot of sunlight,
Yes.
soil,
Yes.
and water. Boom,
Simple.
easy.
Happy days.
All right, so let's get started. So we've got our little potting here. So we're going to make a little hole. That's
Yeah.
it. So make a little,
Easy.
little hole.
Yep.
And then you want to choose one of these beautiful little seedlings here. Now, we're going to put seedlings in because you just get a little bit of advantage over seeds.
Can
so
I
choose
go
one of
there?
these.
Is that a cos lettuce?
That is,
That's
yeah,
what I
go
would
for
like.
it.
So I'm going to make my own Caesar salad.
Awesome.
Oh, beauty. What's this
Perfect.
one?
That's another lettuce as well. That's a dark lettuce.
So I just take that out, the whole lot?
Yep. So we're just going to give it a little squeeze. And it should just fall out like this. You can give the roots a little tickle, if you like, and then pop it straight in. That's it.
That's it?
Put the soil around, give it a little press.
But how do we get from that to me not killing it?
Well, this is the trick. So, I know it sounds unusual, but plants actually love to be talked to. So you can talk to your plants and help them grow.
King Charles was onto something.
Exactly. And
Are we doing that today? Or?
Hello,
Well,
cosy. I want you to grow up
joking.
to be big,
pretty good.
strong Caesar salad lettuce.
Can you grow
Perfect.
anything beside anything else?
Oh, yeah, good point.
absolutely. So if you've got an apartment, what you want to start with is small. So
Right.
herbs, parsley, oregano, things like this,
Basil.
and lettuce, basil,
Basil.
absolutely. But you can actually up your game a little bit and you can grow things like tomatoes. Like cherry tomatoes are quite easy to grow indoors, even in a pot.
Really?
Or even baby
Wow.
lemons. Yeah, they need a lot of
Lemons?
sun. A lot of sun. That's the trick.
Don't they need a big pot?
They need a bigger. The bigger the pot, the better.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah. Because plants need a lot of soil.
And if you grow, I used to have the most amazing veggie patch when I didn't live in an apartment, and I miss it. But there's one thing that I made a mistake of, and that was putting strawberries in, because they go nuts and they
Yes.
take over everything.
Yeah, there's absolutely some fruit and vegetables that will take over. So mint is a classic example.
Yeah.
Pumpkin, strawberries.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got a big backyard, then that's totally fine. But if you're inside in a small area, then you're going to be contained by the size of your pot anyway.
Yeah, right.
How long until I'm eating?
Yes,
Well-
good point, well made.
Yeah.
These ones here
Yep.
started off like this. So this is about 4 to 6 weeks away from that. So it's not that long. And with lettuces, you want to just cut the outside. That's where you're going to harvest them, and never take more than a third of the plant because it needs some more leaves to keep growing.
And what about, can you do like garlic and shallots and those sort of things as well?
Absolutely. So
You
garlic.
got your whole dinner covered?
So, you know, when you start off, you want to start small.
Yeah.
So I would recommend going for the leafy greens,
Yeah.
getting them under control, and then you can graduate to things like chili, tomatoes.
Okay.
I'll be straight into that. If you have a garden, I'd imagine like all the animals, I reckon, they might get around and kind of eat
Oh, yeah,
everything.
good
So
point.
how can you kind of protect them?
Yeah, it's really tricky. If you've got a garden or even in a windowsill, you've put all this effort into making this beautiful veggie garden and then the pests come.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things that you can do. And in our Endeavour short course, we teach people about all the troubleshooting things you can do. I've got this bug, what do I do? I've got possums, what do I do? There's 2 things that you can do. And what I do at home is I make a chili and garlic spray. So you can spray the plants and it just deters the pests. So that's a really
Wow.
good
Oh,
trick.
wow.
And smells great too.
Chili and carrot. I thought you meant don't worry about them, just drink that. Like, yeah, I'm in.
How much
Chili
can
and
we
garlic spray,
actually
right?
save by doing? Like, for instance, what does it cost us to get these little things and plant them, and then what can we save? What's this? What does this cost? One of these little things.
So one of these little things will cost a couple of dollars.
Right.
Right? So not very expensive for seedlings. And we know that Australians households spend around $8,000 a year on groceries, up to 10, depending on how big your family is, right?
yeah.
So we've calculated you can save hundreds of dollars a year by growing your own food at home.
Great.
So the investment is really small. And at the moment, Endeavour Short Courses, we've got a 50% sale, which means that you can do this grow your own food course for $25. Small investment, and you become a backyard farmer in no time.
That's all. So am I kind of essentially just popping these off and then just letting them keep going?
Exactly, yes.
You
That's
could do
it.
that, Tristan.
Too
Of
easy.
course.
You know,
could do that.
I'm full into this chili thing. 100% I'm going to
I want to do the cherry tomatoes in an apartment. You really think I can do that?
Absolutely. You can give it a
Okay.
go.
All right, yeah. What
Check
have I
back
got
in
to
in
lose?
4 to 6 weeks. I'm going to tell
And
you.
we'll tell you, we'll show you our dead plants. No, they'll be fine. They'll be
That'd
fine.
be great. That'd be great.
Thank you so much for your time,
awesome.
Sophie. That's great. It's just so simple and easy. Really appreciate it.